Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth through well. And, I just want to play this video real quick. Go into just a couple scriptures, a little bit of history, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying.
To continue to rule for the time being, but Pompey installed a Roman governor to administer Judea. 2 decades later, a new phase in the Roman occupation began with a man named Herod. Herod's family background seems to have left him a conflicted man. Although he was a Jew, his grandfather was an Edomite who was among those.
Okay, she said, although he was a Jew, his grandfather was an Edomite. Okay, so he's not a Jew. All right, first let's go into the word Jew. It says, Esther 5:13, yet all this availeth me nothing, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate. All right, that was in the Babylonian and Assyrian captivity. Mordecai, Jew, Yahawadiah. All right, that means I am a Jew, or I am from Judah. Okay, so it says Yahawadah, Judah. You see? So real quick, Jew means to be of the tribe of Judah, of the son of Jacob. The tribe descending from Judah of the son of Jacob. All right, so you have to be of the son of Jacob to even call yourself a Jew. So he was not a Jew if he was the son of Esau. If he was the son of Esau, sons of Edom. It was in Genesis. Let's see. That's it right there. Genesis 36 and 40, and these are the names of the dukes that came of Esau according to their families, after their places by their names, so on and so forth. It tells you all the dukes, okay? It says, verse 43, Duke Magdal, Duke Iram, these be the dukes of Edom. All right, and some people during World War I believe, they were still using the names dukes, which goes to show that the Edomites are still here today, okay? Because you wouldn't keep that tradition. Let's go into the word duke. It's alap, which is tame, docile, friend, intimate, a chief, okay? So verse 43, Duke Magdiel, Duke Iram, these be the dukes of Edom. It says, according to their habitations in the land of their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites. Okay, so if his father was an Edomite, that means that he's not a Jew. You can't be an Edomite and a Jew at the same time. You're either an Edomite or a Jew. You're either an Edomite or an Israelite. Okay, just like you can't be an Ishmaelite calling yourself an Israelite. You can be of the land of Edom, which modern day Edom is America. All right, you can call yourself an American, but you're really an Israelite. But you can't call yourself an Edomite and be an Israelite. You see? So let me go back to this.
Converted to Judaism by the Hasmonean leader John Hyrcanus in the.
All right, it says, among those who had been forcibly converted by Judaism, or to Judaism, by the Hasmonean leader, which happened after, around the time of the Maccabees. Okay, so let me go up here. It says, but the all-seeing Lord, all right, which is Yahweh, the God of Israel, struck him with an incurable and invisible blow. Why? Because Antiochus Epiphanes tried to kill the Jews. He had a hate towards the Jews. It says, as soon as he stopped speaking, he was seized with a pain in his bowels, for which there was no relief, and with sharp internal tortures, and that very justly, for he had been tortured in the bowels of others. Let me read that again. And that very justly, for he had tortured the bowels of others with many and strange afflictions. Yet he did not in any way stop in his insolence, but he was ever even more filled with arrogance, breathing fire in his rage against the Jews. You see? And giving orders to drive even faster. All right, so let me go into this little bit of history here. Judas Maccabeus conquered their territory from around the time. All right, I put Edomites converted to Judaism. It says 163 BC, they were again subdued by John Hyrcanus in 125 BC, who forcibly converted them, among others, to Judaism and incorporated them into the Jewish nation. And that's where you get Judaism from. It was from the heathen. All right, the heathen are the ones that started it. You know, so you have the Samaritans, which is supposedly half Jews, half Gentile. All right, which like Herod. All right, when you go into his name, the name Herod is of what's it called? Of the lineage of Esau. All right, in Matthew 2, it talks about Herod the king who tries to devour Yahushua, which is in Revelations 12. So when you go to the word Herod, Matthew 2 and 3, it says, when Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. All right, why? Because they want the Holy One of Israel to seize from before them, especially the Edomites. All right. Herod is the name of a royal family that flourished among the Jews in the time of the Messiah and the apostles. Herod the Great was the son of Antipater of Idumea. Idumea is Edom. Okay. Appointed king of Judea, 40 BC by the Roman Senate at the suggestion of Antony, with the consent of Octavian. Okay. And Antony, or not Antony, but the Roman Senate were Idumeans as well. Okay, so down here it says he was brave and skilled in war, learned and sagacious. All right, let's see that word, sagacious. Wise. All right, and the scriptures talk about he is wiser than Daniel, talking about Esau, Edom, having or showing keen mental discernment and good judgment, shrewd. Okay, so he was learned and sagacious, but also extremely suspicious and cruel. Okay, and we have that in scripture, right? Psalms 83. That's not 83. That one's a good one too. All right, the crafty counsel against the people, you know, but it's actually Psalms 58. You know, let me just read this one first. Psalms 83 and 2, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Okay, so they themselves saying that Edomites were done away with, that's taking crafty counsel. They themselves saying that they are the Israelites, that's taking crafty counsel. Why? Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, right? So our names are not in remembrance. Why? Because they have consulted with themselves to hide that, all right? To hide who the Israelites are, to hide who the Edomites are, you know? So it says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. You see? So in Psalms 58, it says, do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Right? And Yahushua said, you are of your father, the devil. All right? And he was the father of lies as well. You know, Malachi chapter 4 also goes into the border of wickedness, which is Esau, Edom. All right, it says they're poisonous like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of the charmers, charming never so wisely. All right, so no matter what we say, all right, these Edomites are not going to listen, and 2/3 of our people are not going to listen. You know, it says Salakia. Oh, where is it at? Psalms. Should have been, I think it was Psalm 55. It's just down here. Psalms 55:20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. You see, and that's what Obadiah 1 comes in. You know, the whole chapter talks about the evil he had conceived against his brother Jacob. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And it talks about how Alexander the Greek couldn't sleep unless he had, had done something, man. All right, he would meditate about conquering more and more places. Why? Because his blessing is a sword. Talking about Esau. It says the words of his mouth were smooth than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. You see? That means that they're ready for you, you know? So going back over here, an elder apostle Tahar made a video about being grafted in. All right, for a tree to graft in another tree, it has to be of the same family genus. You know, it can't just be some random apple tree trying to graft into an orange or a banana. It doesn't work that way. You know, you can't graft an orange tree into an apple tree. It has to be of the same genus. All right, so an apple tree to an apple tree. Same thing with being grafted into this truth. It's pertaining to Israelites. You know, Antiochus Epiphanes had hate towards the Israelites, the Jews. You had the Herodians that had that hate towards the Jews, and then you had 70 AD, which were the Romans that showed that hate towards the Jews. You know, so the Edomites are not done away with. Okay, and now modern day, who's showing that hate towards the Israelites? You know, that was just a quick video. I hope that was edifying. With that, I want to say shalom.